Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight's webinar. My name is Camille, founder and CEO, CN Enterprise Incorporated. We are based out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And tonight's webinar is talking about how you could become a virtual agent, more specifically in the call center arena, where you're able to pick your own hours, pick your own clients, and be your own boss. So we're going to go ahead and do the presentation. So who we are. CN Enterprise Inc. was founded in 2015. It's a debt-free company. This is a company that I started back in 2015. Around that time, I had been an entrepreneur for probably about a year and a half. And I've been doing a couple of things in the arena of financial and administrative services. And I started this company because I started being contacted by multiple people who needed assistance or who were assistants looking to help out an entrepreneur or help out a business. And it started there because I have a couple of years experience, roughly about 6 years experience working with some people in the media arena, celebrity status, where I've been able to assist and help grow and even recently promote it. And so a lot of people have reached out to me because of the connections that I had. And so I started this business as a means to connect assistants with entrepreneurs. But eventually grew from there because what I found was that the locations where my assistants were, the entrepreneurs and businesses that need help were not in that area. And so I started working with connecting virtual assistants until I built up my database for, assistants who were qualified in those particular areas. And so I went from assistants to assistants and virtual assistants. And then from that point, I wanted to be able to, assist even more people. And so I started doing research and things like that to see what's another way that I can take what I'm doing with virtual assistants and people to give them an opportunity to be able to service as well. And so that's when I came across the opportunity with the Rise Virtual Solutions. I did my research and vetted for probably about a good year before I actually decided to partner my business with. And so through the Rise platform, which is what I'll be talking about today, you're going to hear about how you can be a virtual call center agent. I also have another leg coming along soon dealing with life insurance agents in the Tennessee area. So that's a little bit about who CN Enterprise Inc. is. So basically, what is a call center agent? A call center agent is an individual who is able to assist a large company with customer service for its customers from the comfort of their homes. You're able to set up a home office, get rid of paying for gas to commute to and from work each and every day, which I was so grateful for when I left corporate a couple of years back. And you pretty much operate just like you would in an active call center, but you do it from your home remotely. How does becoming a virtual agent work? So as I mentioned, CN Enterprise Inc. has partnered with the Rise Virtual Solutions, which was founded in 1994, and they provide Fortune 500 companies access to a network that is 100% virtual with no geographic locations. And so that's where CN Enterprise comes into play. I connected with the Rise Virtual Solutions, so now they have access to my network of agents who are able to service these Fortune 500 companies. For many who don't know, Arise Virtual Solutions initially started by hiring veterans to work from home for these companies and then eventually expanded. So Arise only partners with corporations, and those corporations are able to hire and contract agents to service their client base. So if you went directly to Arise and you wanted to start working, they're going to have you attempt to reach out to an IBO, which is what CN Enterprise Inc. is considered, to get plugged in through that IBO. And so if you decide, I want to start my own call center later, you have an opportunity to do that as well. So if you're actually interested in becoming and you want to make sure you go to our website, cnenterpriseinc.com, and make sure to look at the frequently asked questions. After you review the frequently asked questions that I'm going over today, You want to click on apply, and there's going to be a new hire survey that you have to complete. Once you're once you complete your survey and we review it, you'll get a response from us. And in that response, if it's favorable, you will receive the next steps to go ahead and get started. So who is this opportunity for? The opportunity of CN Enterprise Inc. Partnership with the Rise is actually available to anyone who wants to supplement their current income, college students, someone who's wanting to transition out of their current situation, stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, seniors, even disabled people, like anybody who wants this opportunity can actually, take advantage of it. The only requirement is that you're at least 18 years old to take part in the Arise opportunity. And there are certain states that we are not actually able to service at this time. And so you could take a look at that on our website, but also just to kind of mention California, Connecticut, Maryland, Massachusetts, New York, Oregon, and Wisconsin, we're currently not able to allow agents to service who reside in those states at this moment. All right, it's a couple of things that I want to make sure that you understand. You are your own boss. So you are a 1099 contract employee, not a W-2 employee. So what that means? That means that you are responsible for filing and reporting your own income and paying your own taxes on the income that you make. At the end of the year, by the end of January, actually, you'll receive a 1099 if you made over $600 by the end of this year. From us, you'll receive a 1099 and you will use that to file your taxes. You're required to commit at least 90 days for servicing a client. So outside of your training, which is mandatory, when you go in to actually set up your training, they will ask you the times that you can do. You want to commit to that. So if you look at that time frame of that training and you know that there are days you have to be off or days you're not going to be able to get on to train during that time, then you may want to skip that opportunity because you have to commit to every day of training. But outside of training, when you're committing to your 90 days, that's a minimum of 15 hours a week for that 3-month time frame. So it's totally up to you how you schedule, but just committing to servicing that client for 90 days. Also, as an independent contractor, you are responsible for paying for your own certification. Certifications can range from as low as $4.99 up to $289, depending on who you want to service. I see a lot of prices around $29 to $49, and all of that. So you're able, once you get in and get your background check done and get connected with our company, you'll be able to see all the opportunities and you're able to pick in accordance to how much you want to make hourly or whatever your budget is to be able to get started with that particular company. Also, I did mention after certification, you pick your own hours. You're responsible for making sure you have all the hardware, software, and system requirements in order to begin work. So just to give you a brief overview of what you'll need a laptop and desktop. There are minimum specifications that you'll have to have for that. The system on Arise you'll be connecting to will do a system scan to make sure that you're in compliance with that. As far as hardware, you'll need a voice canceling headphones, and so you can easily get some of those off of Amazon or other stores. But once you get plugged in, we'll give you some suggestions on where you can get those at. Also, you need to have a wired internet connection, meaning in your home, you need to be able to take your internet box and plug an Ethernet cable in and run that wire from your box to your laptop or your desktop. You can't use Wi-Fi. It's not that it's not secure, but Wi-Fi signals can bounce on and off sometimes, and you don't need that happening while you're doing calls. All right. And then you also need to have a dedicated phone line. So you will need a phone line and a telephone. And this number has to be a number that no one calls or no one uses, no voicemail on it, just a basic telephone line. All right, so those are the main minimums that you have to have. Those things can change, but when you pick your service and opportunity, when you're reading about it, it'll tell you what's actually required for that particular opportunity. Another thing, every pay period, there will be a $50 fee that is deducted from the pay. And just to kind of explain that, on our side with the company, we are assisting with the support. We have to process payroll, and Arise has a platform fee for using the platform every month that we are responsible for paying. And so that fee monthly, fee every pay period, helps us cover all of those things for the platform, paying for payroll access, paying for, support whenever Arise refers you back to your IBO. And the awesome thing about it is that Arise has a 24/7 technical support, but there are some things that they just may not be able to do, and they'll refer you back to us. So making sure that we're staffed and having people in place to answer those questions or any of those needs that you have. So that's what that actually covers. You're paid twice a month on the 15th and the last day of the month. The periods for Arise run from the 1st to the 15th and the 16th through the 30th. So whatever you work from the 1st through the 15th, you'll get paid on the last part of the last day of the month. And whatever you work the 16th through the 30th, the 16th through the 30th or the 31st, you'll get paid on the 15th of the month. Okay, so the awesome thing about this is that the money that you are spending to get your noise canceling headphones and your telephone and the $50 you pay every pay period, portion of your internet service, a portion of your telephone service, all of that is tax deductible. And so that definitely works in your favor with tax breaks because, taxes is a really big thing, but it favors entrepreneurs if you know how to use it right. And I just personally recommend that you look up, there's a book, I can't think of the full title right now, but it talks about 480 different tax write-offs. So now that you're delving into the 1099 contract worker, entrepreneur, space, there are so many more things that you have access to with regards to deductions. So you definitely want to take a look at that and make sure you keep good records of those receipts when you're spending. And so whatever percentage of time you spend doing work using your internet and your phone, you're able to write that percentage off on your bills for the year. And the same with this is considered a fee for the software and the services that you need to use. So all of this is tax deductible. So I did want to make sure that you understood that as well. All right, so basically, how do you get started? You're going to go to cnenterpriseinc.com and select apply so that your qualifications can be reviewed. Remember to look at the frequently asked questions first to just go over that. And then if you have questions, feel free to email us. Someone may be online to accept your chat messages. So we're here to answer any questions that you have. So after we've reviewed it, you'll receive an email to do your next steps, which will be to set up your Arise profile and then complete your background check. Once your background check is completed, you'll connect with CN Enterprise on the Arise platform, and then you're able to begin searching for opportunities that you're interested in. So once you express interest in a particular opportunity, you'll have to go through their certification process. So they're going to, they'll probably do a voice assessment. I've seen that a lot, a voice assessment where they'll call you, a computer will call you and you'll have to repeat certain things and all of that to get that part completed. After that, they're looking for a technical check where they're checking your computer to make sure you have the minimum qualifications that are required for that particular job opportunity. After that, you'll go through an assessment if you've worked customer service before, and some of you haven't, and that's okay. But if you've worked customer service before, they'll take you through a series of questions with scenarios to see your responses to that. And then after you go through that and all of that's done, then you just pay to register for the class. So you don't pay anything until you get through all of those steps. Now, currently background checks for US and Canada are free. And so you want to make sure that even if you're not ready to pick an opportunity today, um, the key is to get in and get the basics done is what I personally recommend. So you're able to go in, go ahead and get your background check, because that could take anywhere from 1 to 5 days for that process to be completed. But once that's completed, once you're connected with CN Enterprise, you now have the freedom to search for opportunities and potentially register for any ones that you're ready to register. Now, once you do get active with CN Enterprise and the RISE platform, you have 120 days to register for your first certification before your profile goes um, uh, inactive. But I personally, recommend right now, as much as you can push to get started, if you're ready to push, the most that I could see anyone having to spend is maybe $100, if that, because you may have all of the equipment that's needed. So you may just pay 29 or 49 for the class, and that's all that you're spending out of pocket to jump in and get started. Or if you have everything except the headphones, you may spend a little bit more. So the pricing can vary based off of what you already have. But the key is to at least get in and get plugged in so you can start seeing the opportunities. Opportunities can range anywhere from $8 or $9 an hour to $15, $16, and sometimes even more per hour. So you want to put yourself in a position where you're able to actually see the opportunities and wait and look for the one that's right for you. So whether you're ready to start today or maybe in a month, I definitely recommend that you go ahead and jump in and get that background check completed. So do you have any questions? I feel like I kind of covered all the questions that a lot of people had in the beginning. So let's just see if we have any other questions. Yeah, that's correct. They asked, did I say that they can go ahead and do the background check now but not apply today? Yes, that's correct. You can go ahead and do your background check and get that part out of the way so you know that you're cleared to work whenever you're ready to work. And then once you do that, right after your background check is approved and completed, you want to contact us as soon as possible so we can give you the next step so you can get connected with our IBO on the network. And once you're connected with our IBO on the network, you're actually able to start searching for opportunities. Can you work for more than one company? Yeah, you can definitely work for more than one company. You can really do as many as you want, but you want to make sure that one doesn't conflict with the other. And to kind of give you an example, like I mentioned before, when you're doing training, there are certain days and times that you have to commit to that training. So if you're trying to work with two companies, you have to make sure the time requirements for one doesn't conflict with what you committed to with another. So I definitely recommend that you sign up with one, get yourself fully set up through training, acclimated with that one, so that you're at the point of being able to pick your own schedule, so that when you add on and jump on with another, whatever their required training time is, you're able to schedule your schedule around those training times. So I hope that makes sense and answers your question. Okay, yeah, my website is cnenterpriseinc.com. And once you go there, you want to just click on frequently asked questions. I definitely recommend that you read that. It goes over a lot that I just mentioned, but just review it again and then just click on apply and you can submit over your survey and someone will get back with you within 24 to 48 hours. Any other questions, guys? All right. Well, if there are no other questions, I thank you so much for jumping on tonight's webinar. Definitely look forward to connecting with each and every one of you. Feel free to reach out to us via the website or info@cnenterpriseinc.com, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight's webinar. Have a great day.